What's going on? I think I'm on. I hope everyone can see me. This is my first time doing this. I hope I get it right. But welcome, LadyGang. I am Nick Viall, the host of the Viall Files, and more importantly, former guest of the LadyGang podcast. And I'm happy that the ladies asked me to moderate this chat, even though I'm pretty sure they only did it because I was the first person to agree to do it for free. But I will take it. So tonight, obviously, we are going to celebrate Act Like a Lady, talk about the book, take some questions from you, and get an update on Keltie's penis chart, which I have no idea what that is, but super jacked about that. But mostly tonight is about celebrating the friendship and community that exists within the LadyGang. Please welcome your authors, Act Like a Lady, and New York Times bestseller authors, Keltie Knight, Jac Vanek, and Becca Tobin.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my God, Keltie. You look like a swamp monster.
Get off your phone, bitch.
So you guys told me to dress up, and now you guys are wearing, huh? Okay. Par for the course.
It's time for me to take it. I'm the boss right now, not gonna fake it. Now when you down, cause this is my game, and you better come to play.
Well, Keltie wanted us all to do a dance, but the only one
Honestly, I wish everyone was dancing.
That secondhand embarrassment was like nothing I've ever experienced.
cringing so fucking bad.
Great job. Keltie, that was really.
Nick.
Nick,
Okay, what should we begin with? Nick, would you like to begin with the penis chart, or what do you want to begin with?
I mean, listen, it's your show. I'm just here to moderate. So, I mean, I would like to start with the penis chart.
I have a question. What do you think the penis chart is?
Yeah.
Great question. What do I think the penis chart is? I'm guessing has something to do with size and what you should do with said penis, depending on the size. Would be something along that lines.
Yeah. Very close.
fair assumption.
I
Miriam
think
just said, Becca, you look beautiful. Miriam, I'm right here.
Is there any correlation to your penis chart and the crazy hot scale? Have you guys ever heard of the crazy hot scale?
Yeah.
The more beautiful the penis, the more you're willing to put up with. Is there something like that?
No, but that is true.
Is that true? Is that a thing?
There's also the crazy hot scale for women to men as well, but it's
for sure.
it's the crazy tall, or it's the douchebag tall scale.
Yeah, we're all shallow at our core, like human nature, right? That's okay.
Mine
Okay.
is in my core, but also just right here on the top of my being shallow. So yes.
Congrats to being a New York Times best-selling authors, ladies. That's
Thanks.
Thank you. A title I still don't care about.
No, you're not going to get yourself a T-shirt that says New York Times bestseller.
You know what I said to my husband last night? I was like, of all the shit I've wanted in my fucking life, which is a lot of things, like career-wise, this is like, would have been number 74. And it's just like, why do these things work out? And Keltie, it's because you're a psychopath and you make these things happen, and I resent you for it. So here we are.
Do we want to talk about Keltie's weeping when we found out, or do we want to show the penis chart first so Nick can understand what it
Let's
is?
do the
I
penis
feel like we should show the weeping.
I have it on my phone.
Okay, play it on your phone. So basically, I was outside and I was like feeling low, and Alex called the phone, and I was like, I'm not going to pick up because I don't want to work anymore today. And I thought she was going to tell me something bad. And so I picked up the phone, and she's like, hey, New York Times bestseller. And then I ran upstairs and I like pounced on Chris, and then I started crying. And then I came downstairs, and for some reason I set myself up on the floor of the kitchen to call you guys.
And then this is what I received. Where's the thing?
Are you okay?
Well, that's real sobbing.
the craziest weep that you would think that the closest person in Keltie's life had just died a terrible death was the type of weeping that came out of that girl's mouth.
Yeah.
Intense.
So, Keltie, did you always want to be a New York Times bestseller?
I mean, only for the past like 3 years did I think it was actually possible. But as soon as we decided to write a book, that was the goal for sure. And I want to say thank you and a cheers to everyone who's watching right now. Thank you so much for supporting us and loving us and helping us with the book. It like has meant so much to us all, especially me.
What was the biggest highlight, Keltie? Being a New York Times bestseller or getting Harrison Ford to blush?
Well, the highlight hasn't happened yet. It's when the New York Times comes to my house next Sunday and I get to see my name in print and put it in my press binder.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
For the penis chart? Oh my God.
Now, act like a lady. We began this journey many months ago here at Lady Losers, and we beat that. Our moms bought a book. Yes, they did.
Many.
We're kind of cool. We are cool. Wow, you really like us. Remember when we were right here and it was just at the start of automotive stickers, guys? That feels like it was so long ago. Keltie's head is growing. That was when we had food and the poodle with the paws going up because we were gonna go up. Remember this? What the fuck was a great week. That was about right before we went on official sale. And I put this money here and these questions and then gold stars. We're gonna pass out. And then when we became bestsellers yesterday, look at this. I put this tiny little sticker right at the top to show that we made it to the top.
That looks like an STD.
It looks like a little like, bloop.
It's the tip, just the tip. Just the tip.
What is it?
So thank you all. I will be auctioning this off. Just kidding. I'm going to sleep with this forever.
I know we don't get a trophy, Keltie. What are you going to do? Is that your trophy?
Yeah. But I mean, can you imagine when I made you make this for me, there was no way I thought we'd ever fill it up.
Same.
So this is the penis chart.
Yes.
I mean, it's a
Not what I was expecting. I was way off.
Well, I think that now we do need to make this other penis chart of what to do with different shapes of penises because it can like go throughout time.
I feel like that would be on brand for the ladies.
Well, except none of us are really touching penises.
Not many shapes and sizes anymore.
In
general. My parents are in here.
Not my problem.
Now, I also want to make an announcement. Since I was wearing the American flag, Nick, that was because we were New York Times bestsellers, but we're also Toronto Star bestsellers, which is the Canadian version. So now I'm in Canada.
Wow.
We've topped the charts in many countries.
So you're worldwide.
We're worldwide. Well, the book was only really available in 2 countries.
We're
so
American-wide.
Listen,
the book
more than
was
one
bestseller in 100% of the countries it was available in.
Maybe international is more accurate, but either sounds this is good.
Yeah.
It's true. Keep us humble.
This is not a moment to be humble. This is a moment to celebrate you ladies and your fans. Why would you be humble now?
Keltie will never be humble.
We just have to tell her, we try.
Yeah, it is, you know what? Emma just brought, this is so satisfyingly on brand, and it is. I mean.
That you're a rock star?
No, I just think it's like a great community, and only this type of community could do what we did, Like, it is really hard to make the New York Times bestseller list. So it's, and we made the New York Times bestseller list on the advice and how-to category, which is the hardest because there's only 10 slots. And if you look at that list, a lot of those brands have daggers, and daggers are if people use their own money to buy their books. We don't have a dagger because, like, 4 weeks before our book went on sale, Becca and Jac called me and they said, Keltie, you cannot buy your own books. And I was like,
wait, people buy their own books to up their rating?
In bulk. Most people sometimes do.
Yeah.
That makes me I want to now guess who does that.
You can tell because they put a little dagger beside their name in the New York Times. If there's
Well,
like,
that's not always when somebody buys their own. That's like also when other places bulk buy.
Like if like a conference buys like a shit ton of books.
yeah, we did it the real way. We did it the real fan way.
Oh, you should be proud of that because nowadays people don't do stuff like that.
Ariana wrote, our CEO let us all expense his book when it came out.
Baby.
As fuck.
So basically, you ladies are good for company morale.
Keltie would have done that if we had more employees.
Well, Becca and I had a side conversation because we thought that Keltie was secretly doing it anyways.
You did not.
Yes, we did.
I think that just probably speaks, Keltie, they just know that you're very passionate about this book and this community, and sometimes they just want to help you from yourself sometimes. I feel like they're trying to say, but they do that with love.
Yes.
I mean, I bought like 20 for sure, but I'm going to give them to my family.
We thought you bought like 2,000.
I don't have that money. That's a lot.
Also, you would go broke buying our books. You know that. If it meant to get on the New York Times bestseller list, you would go broke.
Honestly, they don't allow me to have that high of a credit card. And I might have thought about it if I had a higher limit, but there's not enough credit card limit there.
Do you think you ever sobbed as much for any guy or boy in your life?
Somebody dying?
Definitely over a boy.
It's a different kind of sob. This was like a cultural reset of my heart.
This sounded like
Me.
a sob is a sob.
Yeah, it was really, it's really special. I'm not going to downplay it. I felt very special and I felt very proud of us.
I think it's very cool.
I barely finished high school, so this is a big deal.
I feel like it's one of those things that you don't imagine. Well, kind of like what Becca said. I mean, very few people, unless you're like, I want to be an author, you're like, that's not on your kind of, image board or whatever you want to say. And then it happens. You're like, I can't believe I did that. I'm like, wow. You should just walk around. I feel like Keltie might just start introducing herself as, hi, I'm Keltie, a New York Times bestseller.
She already is.
Yeah, she has been, just to practice what it feels like.
She's going to offer to ghostwrite your book, Nick. Get ready.
Do not let her.
Honestly, my writing was terrible, so don't rely on it.
You write? So you wrote it.
We wrote the whole book ourselves.
Writer. And Keltie does this thing where she does like a stream of consciousness writing and then doesn't ever like think that she should read over it and maybe check and see if it makes sense at all and just submits it and hopes for the best.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll be right back. My fans want something from me. You can continue the show.
Okay.
That's what an editor is for.
Well, you'd think, but hers was so problematic that the notes back were like, can someone decode what she's trying to say?
The notes back were I don't get it.
We got notes and the note was like the whole thing was highlighted and it was like, not sure what you're trying to say here. And it was like,
the whole note was highlighted and it simply said, explain.
Yeah. Like the notes that Jac and Becca got were like, not sure if this word is the right word. And mine was like, not sure if this entire chapter makes sense.
That's an Emmy.
Which chapter is that? Which chapter got decoded?
It was your marriage one, wasn't it?
My marriage chapter. And I think because I wrote it, wait, Sophie just in the comments goes, just holds her Emmy while talking about bad writing that still made it to the New York Times. It is bigger than expected, Cammie. See? Okay, what are we doing now?
I think we're gonna get to specific questions. Should we do specific questions?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Question number 1. In the book, there is a list of 25 things every woman should know.
Yep.
This every woman in the world? Or
Yep.
just
Every woman
at least Canada and the United States.
Yeah.
What is the number one most important thing? And I guess, do you guys have a unanimous answer, or do you three of you differ in your an opinion of which is number one?
Well, we have our number one LadyGang rule. I think we talked about it with you.
What page is this on?
153.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm at church, follow along your books on page 153.
I think we talked about it with you, but the number one LadyGang rule is never text him first. It's not in this, but
We
it's
talked about this on my podcast. That's your number one rule, or was it your? I don't know. Was it your
What
podcast?
is it?
ours.
Never text a guy first.
Yeah.
Text him
That's
first.
number one.
Even
No,
husband.
my number one rule is from the book. It's like down on the first page. If you're not doing anything about your mustache, you have one.
Yeah.
Which I still have never done anything about mine, but I'm just leaving it. It's fine.
Wait, what page is this?
153. I also really like how to properly pay your taxes because as someone who's been through 4 audits, you do really want to have that on lock.
How the fuck have you been audited so many times? Is it because you do your taxes the way that you write?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we
Oh,
talk?
Becca, they're calling you out. Mecca, you have so many copies of the book.
Oh, that's because Keltie made me order 7 from 3 different places.
I have like 30.
Say that.
I'm looking at this list here. It says every woman should know how to give a hand job.
Still don't know how to do that.
Don't know how.
This is a whole thing that we all admitted to on LadyGang TV because I admitted it first. Again, sorry, my parents and my family that are in here. But most women don't know how to give an actual good hand job.
And I know you have a part in here of things you know from a guy's. Can I just appendix your note about how to give a hand job?
Yeah.
I would just simply add as a guy, if you don't know, that's fine. Don't try.
Oh.
You don't even want like a bad one?
No. No.
Yeah.
I definitely do not want a bad one.
I don't know the difference between a good and a bad one.
Well, it's one of those things. If you don't know, just don't. It's fine. There's so many other options. So many other.
But what if you're bad at all of them? You know what I mean?
All the options are bad, Nick. Welcome to being with us.
Well, I just want to point out that one in particular. Don't try.
I
Do not
appreciate
try
you.
hard.
You know what? We won't.
No, we won't. And all the ladies in the chat that are talking about their signed books that are going to be like written, like we're going to break up with people's boyfriends and stuff. They're all currently sitting in my garage right now. And this weekend is when we're doing the big signing. So we're going to hopefully have them shipped out early next week for you.
Yep. I hope we get some really crazy shit.
We ready for question number 2? Or we still want to?
I think that we covered it, right?
Yeah, we're good.
There's a lot of good ones in here.
Oh, no, we're all signing them, Holly.
I'm not. I won't be.
Wait, side sleeping gives you wrinkles?
Allegedly.
And everybody can tell immediately. If you go to a doctor, they're like, you sleep on your right side, right? It's
Yep.
down.
Yep.
How do you sleep, Nick?
I'm a side sleeper.
Really? I think
Yeah,
side
you're a guy and wrinkles make you distinguished and like sexy.
Oh.
Question number 2. Jac, in your douchebag chapter, you name a lot of guys you've dated. All right. How do they feel about that?
I don't name them by name. I name them by nickname.
Oh, well, here's the question. Can you name some of them? Can you name some of your douchebag boyfriends?
Yeah.
Look them up.
Yeah, one of them was at my wedding and is in all my fucking pictures.
We did have to Photoshop out my ex-boyfriend from Becca's wedding photos.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, so question. I mean, it was fair to say you weren't married.
No.
You know that going in that he might be out of the picture at some point?
No, he had us fooled. We thought he was the guy.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I mean, you always think they're the guy until they're not.
No, that's not true, Nick. Sometimes you're like, oh, like they were pretty serious. Sorry to bring up a bad thing at a party, Jac.
And we had to Photoshop him out. Wait, this isn't the guy that you were dating when you were on my podcast, was it?
No, I'm still with him. It was the guy that you saw the pictures of the holding up situation. Remember?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They used to dry hump in public places is what she's trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy. That was, I'll be honest, Jac, you're a great follow on Instagram. That was a tough period for me.
You think
For me too.
It was like, oh, we get it. You're in love, but are you? Because you want everyone to know.
Here's another thing. I'm going to go back to the list of things that we were just talking about. And one of the things on there is your happiest friend on Instagram is your saddest friend in real life. And that ties directly into that situation.
That's a great point. Yeah.
And Nick, also, can I add something to you here, please? I wanted to let Becca know officially that I wanted to apologize about Beads by Becca in front of all of our fans, and that I'm ready for my Beads by Becca.
You got it, babe.
What are beads by Becca?
So during quarantine, I started to make beaded necklaces, and the girls were like, those aren't even hip anymore. And they talked a ton of shit to me, even though the orders were rolling in, even though I didn't take any, to make them a necklace. And then finally Jac came around and realized that they were cool. So then she publicly apologized on the podcast. So I gave her necklaces. And Keltie, yes, you may.
Thank you, Becca, friend.
You're welcome. I think I'm going to quit the LadyGang actually and be a beater. Is that what it's called?
A beater.
A professional beater.
I'm going to open an Etsy shop. It's going to be incredible. I'm going to use
What
stamp.com.
What would Nick's nickname be if we nicknamed him in the book? Do we have a Nick in the book?
I think I have a Ned.
Nick,
Ned?
what would you say is the most common complaint from girls that break up with you?
Or common complaint about like your Instagram photos.
This seems
Right.
perfect.
Yeah.
What are people annoyed about with you?
Like
That's
flip-flop Frank. Like you wear flip-flops to be
what girlfriends tend to get annoyed with me in relationships because
My huge penis.
it hurts a little too much. No. I'm annoyingly calm when I fight.
Ugh.
Oh,
like your apathy.
I'm a little closed off sometimes, and I'm just like, yeah, let's just talk about it. It's
no
fine.
feelings, Nick.
No.
You need like passion.
Yeah.
Yes, I've indirectly encouraged some of my girlfriends to go crazy because that was their attempt at trying to get emotion out of me. My bad. Sorry. But it wasn't always my fault. Like, I'm just saying, if I were to nitpick, that would be a fair criticism.
But what's going on below the surface when you're so calm in the fights?
You really not care, or are you disconnecting, or?
No, well, the truth is, I hate to fight for the sake of fighting. Like, what's the point? If we just want to go and yell at something, I'll join you. But if you come at me with a problem, then I'll be like, all right, let's talk about it. I mean, like, and I feel like sometimes, at least the people I've dated, they didn't seem to want to actually solve the problem that morning. They just wanted to yell at me, which is also fine.
Wait, Kimmy got it. No nonsense, Nick.
That's it. Hey guys,
Zach?
Mart's here.
Hi.
Zach.
How's
Zach,
it
do you have anything to say to us? Like congratulations or whatever?
Congrats. Big congrats.
Thanks.
That's on your Grammy or
You
whatever
wish.
that is. Big congrats to you on that too.
What? Okay. Will you make me a drink?
Is that why you told me?
Okay, what's the next question, Nick?
Thank you.
Next question. You had some very vulnerable stories in your book. It touched my heart. Which of them were hard to write? Any, if any? Like, are there some stories in the book that you're like, I honestly, as much as I love my LadyGang, I'm not sure if I'm ready to share this with the world.
Keltie.
What?
Divorce.
For Keltie.
Yeah, I think divorce for me, it's kind of embarrassing. It's a little cringy. Also, that ex-husband is in the FBI and he probably has my house cameraed and he's probably listening to me right now and using it for, revenge. So, yeah.
Cool. Mine was my chapter that's titled Spiritual Therapy, where it was about my time with my grief counselor and how I had never been to therapy before. And so that was the hardest one to write because I hate showing feelings.
I think we all
same,
feel like
Becca.
mine was probably about this ex that we're not talking about, but all talking about like this whole entire time. Because it was a relationship that I didn't want to admit that I felt like such a fucking moron in until it was over, and kind of admitting that defeat and not being able to like trust my own intentions.
Can I ask you a question? I mean, it's a little off script, but like, what was the draw at the time when you did started dating him? Like, was he just like super hot?
He was 6'7".
I mean, I had a relationship where I look back and it was embarrassing, but I just liked the way we looked together.
Well, guys.
You know, and I was like, oh God.
Things are shallow creatures, I have to say. No, mine was I just got really fucking duped emotionally too, but it doesn't hurt when somebody is very attractive.
Well, Jordan said that she dated a guy that was 6'7" and his dick was long and skinny.
I have, yes, that has happened to me.
So what? Like it feels pointy, but you're not sure it's in, kind of thing.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me ask everyone. Oh, everyone's now talking to Jordan on the side thing. For people that have gotten the book, did you have a favorite part? I would like to know while we continue our interview. Thanks. Especially if it was my part.
So we're gonna let them answer now. Is this where we get to some of our questions from our fans?
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
Are they coming on and asking the question, or do you want me to just read the question?
You call their name and they're coming on. There's only one change. There's somebody who.
I believe I got that update.
Okay, cool.
Number 8.
Oh, people are saying bounce house breakup. Becca's XXXmas. The Kelt down. Becca's nudes leaking.
You guys, Sean McVay still hasn't reached out.
Did you?
McVay, the coach of the LA
Yes,
Rams?
he's the first and only man who's ever dumped me, and we were in 5th fucking grade, and it was in the fucking bounce house.
Wait, you dated Sean McVay and he
Yes, we grew up down the street from each other, and I still haven't heard from him. And and my husband says that it's because he married a 10.
How do you feel when your husband's authentically honest with you?
I love it. I actually I wouldn't believe him if he told me that girls weren't hotter than me. You know what I mean? Like,
well, Becca, you and I are similar in a lot of ways. Yeah, I can't ever trust you until I know that you're willing to tell me something that might hurt my feelings.
Right.
Yep.
And not in a malicious way, not to be a dick.
Just honest. I'm also.
Listen, I'll be honest. You don't look very good in this moment, and I'll be like, that. I tried really hard, but okay, now
no, you can't say that. You can't say you don't look good in this moment.
Well, for me, if they were saying this to me, I don't know. I'm just making something up. I don't know what it would be, but I'm saying.
Yeah. I need someone
I need someone to be willing to hurt my feelings
and keep me humble, because otherwise I could go off. You know what I mean?
Becca is the type of person I feel like if you were with the type of a yes man partner, you would feel like you're fucking Gigi Hadid all the time.
I felt like that for the first 18 years of my life. And you know what? I needed Zach Martin to really bring me down.
Knock you down.
Did you turn into a little bit of a monster?
I'm constantly
I love how she said that, immediately followed by him handing her a drink that she demanded, 4 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, Olivia put, Becca, you're a 5 times threat, so you should feel like Gigi Hadid.
Oh, like a triple threat, but 5 skills? I wonder what those skills are. Thank you.
You got mad skills, girl.
Mad skills. All right, should we call on some girls?
The name on every
Sean McVay's voice is in here.
Name right.
Roxy.
You guys know this first name before I butcher it?
What?
Rowan?
No, skip her.
Skip her.
She's gone.
Who said that murder's not
Okay, Blair? Is that Blair?
Blair?
and
Is it
try
Blair?
you just
Calling for Blair.
Blair.
I can't. I'm the worst. I'm just. How do you pronounce Blair's last name?
Blair? Blair, I don't know.
Come on, Blair. Tell us. Is she coming on? Keltie, we're trying to.
Oh, call Gabriella.
I feel like this is The Price is Right. Gabriella, come on.
Gabriella, come on down.
I'm the in-between. I'm the intermission.
There she is.
All right, Keltie, stop.
Ooh, okay. Hi.
Oh,
Hi,
it's
Keltie.
Gabby.
Gabby, can you say your last name for everyone?
Okay, so 2 ways. American way is guanciale. Italian way is guanciale, which is pig fat. So I basically made it's like prosciutto.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
I'm the whole meal.
all right, Gabby, the floor is yours with your question.
Okay, so my question was, I posted this in the Facebook group probably a couple weeks ago, but I'm 28, I'm single again, just got out of a 5-year relationship, and basically I was asking you guys, if you guys were single again for like one more weekend, like in your late 20s, what the hell would you do? Like, what is your like bucket list of things you needed to do again? Like, damn, I wish I slept with that guy. Damn, I wish I went there. All that stuff.
I like this question.
I love this question, and I have my answer ready. I would go to a European country, and I would have.
I like how I started answering and then Keltie just talked right over
I'm
me.
sorry, we answered at the same time.
It's because she wants this so bad. She's ready.
No, but she wants her international love affair.
How many times have we heard this?
Gabby, you need to go to Italy, babe, and you need to fall in love with someone, and you only speak with your eyes. You don't even speak the same language.
I'm kind of here for it. So, like, get back to my Italian roots. So,
And flights are super cheap right now.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you get coronavirus, but fine.
There is something that you can do in the comfort of your own home, and is what I would do if I was single and about 10 years younger, is to slide into any young, hot, D-list guys' DMs, copy and
Wait.
messages.
Why D-list?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to aim kind of low so you don't get totally disappointed.
First of all, we're talking about men here.
I mean, listen, I have slid into so many A-list celebrities' DMs. Have they worked?
I mean,
But the B and C and D sometimes do.
Okay, but like, I kind of like want to apply to The Bachelor because Matt James is so freaking hot. So like, that's kind of where I'm at today. So I'm kind of here for it. I don't know if he's D-list. Like, I'm from Midwest. Like, I don't know the list. How they those.
you're not gonna. I wouldn't slide into his DM right now just because he's probably being super cautious.
That's fair. I mean, fair.
But we can help you produce your video. Nick, do you think it's too late? Do you think they're just casting now, or do you think they have girls already?
Definitely not too late. It's like, in fact, this is what's unique about this is they are announcing it so early.
You have time.
That
Oh my
they
God.
actually, it's probably the first time ever they're actually casting for the
Guy.
for the person. Most of the time they don't. It's just like, well, here you go.
Okay, well, like, I'm here for it. Like, he's kind of my type of guy. So like, whatever tips, like, I need it because I'm ready. I'm just ready.
Honestly, just send in a photo and you're.
Like, what kind of photo? Is it like a wholesome selfie, or is like?
I wouldn't send a nude.
I mean, okay, so I won't go in that part of my picture.
Put them in the Facebook group, and we'll help you choose.
I honestly don't know. I mean, I just, yeah. I mean, you definitely shoot the shot and then see what happens.
Shoot or shoot, man.
Nick, if
Good luck, Gabby.
I will say the only thing it could be potentially too late is that you should definitely do it because there is time. But they tend to like take applications. There's almost like a backlog, right?
Fair. So like they have like a stack of resumes like this high.
Yeah.
Gotta get
Right. But
Okay.
you should still go for it. You should
So
definitely.
weekend
I
project.
mean,
No,
don't you think the LadyGang Facebook group could like get together and harass the casting director of The Bachelor? Like, what's the point of that group if we can't do that?
If you can get us on the New York Times bestseller list, we can definitely get Gabby on The Bachelor.
There used to be a Bachelor. I think there's a Bachelor casting Instagram.
Ooh.
You should DM that.
We're calling Elon. Does he still work for it? No, right?
On it anymore.
Great.
I have a. Can I add to Gabby's question?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
I don't need names. If there are any names to be named, if you want to, great. But speaking to like Gabby's question of like, now that you're in relationships, is there a person in your life that you've had sex with or haven't had sex with that you'd want to have sex with one more time?
In your life?
Like,
Always?
it's like put your head down.
Sure, you know, just like some real good dick, you know, that you're just like, or you wanted to like, you're like, I heard it was good, or I wanted it to be good. Is there some dick in your life you're just like one more time? And it's like, it's not that I love them. I love my boyfriend or husband or fiance, but is there any dicks you pine for?
To be honest, like, it's not the same. Keltie says yes. But for women, it's not the same because it's not like a pair of shoes where your girlfriends are like, listen, you got to get these shoes. And then all you can think about is getting the shoes. I've never had a conversation with a girlfriend of mine where she's like, you've got to get this dick. Like, it's never like.
All right. So how about maybe some dick you've already had?
No, you don't revisit dick.
Also, like with women, it's like we need this deep, beautiful, emotional connection to also have the good dick combined with it to actually give a shit. If it's just one or the other, then it's unbalanced and you don't really want it.
Some people are angry that they don't need the connection, Jack, and they're angry on all caps.
Listen, I have been that girl. It doesn't. Very sad.
This is the
Chris Knight appreciation song. Oh God, oh God, oh God.
God, she's doing the Jack.
appreciation song.
Chris, has it been hell on earth in your household since she got the title of New York Times bestseller?
Tell them the story about, this is the party for the book.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a onesie. Tell everyone what happened when you found out we were New York Times bestsellers.
Did you share the video with everybody?
Tell it in a fast way.
She
We're
was
live.
weeping on the. Oh, sorry. She was weeping on the floor, like on all fours, like this, like curled up in a ball, crying to Becca, like, Becca, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I made you write a book. Really amazing.
That was the voice memo I had of her being like, thank you for writing this book.
No, I was
This is the Untitled Chapter I wrote about you that you didn't have any comments on when you read it.
Who am I supposed to comment to? I don't know. What
Me!
you're
I was right beside you when you read it. This is not this show for Chris.
Okay.
We love you.
Nice to see you guys.
Love you, Chris.
Bye.
All right. Jacqueline.
Let's bring our people in.
Let's bring Jacqueline in.
Jacqueline. Oh, you know what look at it, has a butthole. Hold on, I gotta switch outfits now.
Jerry in Arizona, guys.
Everyone wants Jerry. They don't want you now.
My boyfriend.
I just seductively wiped this a lemon rind around my rim.
What are you drinking?
A Negroni?
Yeah, the people.
Anthony Bourdain's favorite drink.
Oh, wasn't it the 2-year anniversary recently?
Where's our guest? They're finding her.
We're waiting.
Hi.
Hey,
Oh,
turn on your
here.
video.
Oh, video. Okay, how do I do that?
Jacqueline.
Start video. Sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
All right, Jacqueline.
I'm not
the floor is
completely-
yours. Jacqueline, how
I'm
do you
not
spell your last
completely-
name?
Delaire.
Blair.
Delaire. So I sent in like 3 questions. I'm not really sure which one I'm supposed to ask you, but I think.
Embarrassing moment.
Oh, okay. So, what? Can you remind me what the question was?
Want me to read your question? I can
Yes,
do that.
please.
For you.
Thank
Great.
you.
Jacqueline would like to know what was the most embarrassing part of the book for each of
Oh,
you
okay.
writing it.
Would you like to expand on your question so Nick didn't?
Elaborate.
That was literally
I guess you kind of already answered it, like the most embarrassing things that you shared in the book.
Well, yeah, I guess that's kind of like the hardest.
No, we should way more embarrassing things that weren't that hard to share.
Yeah. I think for me it was talking about when I used the name Sally Prescott on Match.com to find lovers and moved from New York City to LA for someone that I'd never met before and only met on Match.com because I was convinced that he was the love of my life. And after we went on 2 dates, he never talked to me again. That was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
Sally Prescott.
Yeah. Mine was probably, go Jac.
No, my most embarrassing part about writing the book is I talked about having a one night stand at 2 p.m. and I thought that I described this guy in a very kind of vague way that nobody had really guessed who he was. And I have already received a handful of DMs guessing exactly who the guy is. So just really hope it doesn't end up in his hands.
He was a D-list
Is this
celebrity.
a notable person?
This was a D-list celebrity that is not exactly D-list anymore. I thought that maybe he would just have gone down.
Oh my God, I think I just figured it out.
So he's like a B- now?
No, he's
a comedian? He's a comedian, right?
Well, at this point, let's just fucking say it.
No. It's not Dane Cook.
Oh, God.
Someone's gonna write it, and I can't wait to see it. No, it's
Jacqueline?
not.
Oh, do you have one, Becca?
Mine. I mean, not embarrassing. Only embarrassing for like when my family members read it. But my sexcapade with the sex addict.
Yes. I loved that chapter.
Thank you.
That's what.
So yeah, I mean, I went there because I really needed to express, I had to get graphic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still haven't heard from my in-laws. So.
Well, Jacqueline, it was great to see you.
Yes, thank you. I love you guys. Thank you.
I love you.
Yeah,
We love you.
Lovely meeting you. All right, Jamie Perry. Got that?
Keltie, that is a disturbing onesie.
Breathe in that.
Like, do you see the eyes? And this is the mouth.
I don't like it.
I have to pee so bad.
He's so bad.
This one's actually really hot. Oh, it has side vents.
I did.
Hey, Jamie.
Wait, you're muted.
Unmute yourself, babe.
Is it Jerry?
So I had no idea my question was picked, so this is awesome.
Yes.
So my question for you guys is, if your ex wrote a review of the book to go on the back cover of the book, what would that review say?
Great question.
Keltie, what do you think our mutual ex?
Just as terrible as I remember.
My review, if I think if our mutual ex wrote, Chris, if Jac and I's mutual ex,
Chris.
oh wow, that's nice. That's a treat. If our mutual ex wrote the back cover review of, ice cream, thank you, on the book, what would it say? Those bitches be crazy.
I think it would be like,
why are you so obsessed with me?
yeah,
Like, I think it's really stupid when girls go on to be something on the internet.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like, desperate idiots once again.
Trying to hold on to me for fame.
Trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Good question, Jamie.
Excellent question, Jamie. And you look so beautiful. Has anyone ever told you look a lot like Dakota Johnson?
Yes.
I've seen that before.
Yes.
I see
And
it.
I'm not in makeup tonight. This is all natural. I didn't know my question was picked, so I didn't get dressed up.
Very
There's Kelly.
Hello.
Oh no, Jamie.
Hi.
Yeah, she does look like Dakota Johnson.
Right?
Dakota, I just watched 50 Shades, one of those the other night, and I don't know why. It was just on. And like, it really doesn't get your juices flowing.
No. If you want your juices flowing, you have to watch Normal People. Normal People is so sexual.
No, it's not. It's like so
My parents
pedestrian.
watched it and they said it was really sad.
It is sad, but it's very sexual as
First
well.
15 minutes of it.
I turned off like 10 minutes because I was like, this is too like pedestrian for me.
Well, obviously you have horrible taste, so.
Or porn.
Honestly, it's the only TV show Keltie's ever watched, so she just keeps
That's not
talking.
true. I'm watching Legendary right now. It's incredible. Watching Queer Eye.
Who's next on the queue?
Madison Dean. Come on
Normal.
down.
Iris is right. Normal people's 10 hours of sexual tension. Yes, it was. Great.
That's a lot of tension.
Hi, Madison.
Hi, Maddie.
Hi, I'm gonna have to like look up because I sent like 3 questions.
Nick has it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll help
Nick,
you.
can you read it for me?
I sure can, Madison. What was the conversation like when your parents and in-laws, when explaining the details of what would be in the book? Are they allowed to
That's a
read
great
it?
question.
Follow-up question, were they even allowed to read it? And if so, what parts were you dreading the most that they would?
Well, I kind of answered that. I did tell my husband, like, please, 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 whatever you do, don't let your family read this book. I'm sure they already have. So we'll see. Stay tuned if we get to go home for the holidays, how that goes for me, you know?
I wrote in our newsletter how I had an idea a couple months ago about how I wanted to write a disclaimer under any chapter that I didn't want my parents to read.
Yeah.
That on top of it, I would be like, Dad, don't read this one. Dad, don't read this one. And it would pretty much be every single one in the love chapter, but I didn't get to do that. So just, Dad, don't read anything.
Yeah, mine was like I had a little bit of a dark moment. I think that we got the galleys like around Christmas time or a final copy, and my parents were here and my brother was here. And I was like, hey, Mom, like you can read the book. I was like, but you have to be nice to me about it. Don't judge me, Sheila. And then I was like, oh, by the way, I tried to drive my car into a wall and also had a miscarriage like in a second. And my dad was like, anyway, this took it to a sad place. But anyway, I don't tell my parents anything. So it was like a lot for them to read.
But good question, Madison.
Great question. But Sheila will really come for you.
Hey, what about your first husband's parents? Like, what do you think about if they were to read the book? Like, are you going to get a nasty message from them, you think?
No, I don't think so. But also, sorry about biting my nails. The comments are saying stop biting your nails. I think about them every Thanksgiving when in the past I've hosted the Thanksgiving Day Parade because how could you miss me? And they're probably like, that bitch.
Oh my God.
Let your haters be your motivators. That's like
Madison, don't encourage this behavior.
No, this is what we don't need in our lives.
I'll fuck. Christine put I'll fuck. By the way, everyone, I do want to let you know, we had this amazing book party in New York before quarantine, and the girls, like 2 producers from Howard Stern did come, and they were like, we're going to put you on Howard Stern, and then because of COVID, he's not having guests, so we didn't get to live our dream of me talking about I'll fuck with Howard Stern.
I'm sure it's because of COVID.
Yeah, definitely. We would have been on a show. That is my favorite story almost ever, though.
Yeah. Who's next?
Samantha Finley. Come on down.
Samantha.
Come on down.
Hey, Nick, have you ever been a part of like a charity event where people pay money to go on a date with you?
Oh, wait, we're skipping. So we're going to Jennifer.
Yeah. Jennifer Rosowitz.
Everyone's asking me about lipstick. This is the Honest lip balm that was in a lady box.
Everyone, you mean that those 2 people?
One person has asked.
No, I've seen a lot of people asking.
Wait, why are we asking Nick if he's done a
Because
date?
right now I would like probably give thousands of dollars. Like
I did once, and I was sold for $6,300 for.
Right?
It would be nice to know your price tag. You know what I mean?
Did you go on the date and was it awkward?
Honestly, it was like a 15-minute like hangout.
Cool.
I was a little shocked.
6,300.
I thought I was gonna get like $35.
Oh wait, Ariana Hayes.
Ariana Hayes.
Come on down.
Come on down to the Princess
Isn't it so exciting that it's fucking Friday?
Is it?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I am going to be so drunk in an hour.
Probably gonna go in the pool.
You don't have a pool. You have a hot tub from 1985.
Yeah.
Keltie was on the phone with me, and she was like, hang on one second. The pool guy just got here.
Oh.
It's the guy that, like, shocks her hot tub.
But I got rid of him. Now I have to do it myself.
Why'd you get rid of him? Just cutting down.
Budget cuts. Budget cuts, man.
Okay.
Oh, we got Millicent. We're skipping Ariana.
Okay. Oh, Millicent.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah. Wait, she's muted.
Unmute yourself.
Oh, hi. I didn't know my question was being chosen. So I am also not wearing makeup or clothes or any, I mean,
Well, you
ready for this.
Your shirt.
I'm repping my alma mater. Yeah, I graduated in 2016.
Damn.
Congrats.
Wow.
That was a long time ago. Are you doing something fancy now that you have an Ivy League education?
I just got into law school. I'm still trying to figure out where, but I'm about to go to law school. So
you got into more than one?
I'm waitlisted at a few, so fingers crossed. But I did get into one, and so I'll probably be in New York City, hopefully, depending on COVID stuff, next year.
Congrats.
Amazing.
You're too
Thank
smart
you.
to listen to this podcast, but thank you.
You guys got me through my senior year of college. So it was like a wonderful distraction and super fun. So thank you.
We're definitely going to need a lawyer soon. So, especially after the slander in the book.
Oh gosh.
You'll be hearing from Sean McVeigh. What's your question?
Keltie, what were you going to say?
I say Morgan in the chat says, Millicent, I'd love to hang out with you in New York. And then someone else has said, OMG, I stan Millicent. And I feel the same way.
Also, I love that there's a thing that says Ivy girls love the LadyGang. You guys are fucking lying.
I know. What is going on?
Ivy girls. Wow.
I will say one of my best friends, and like we have our own LadyGang chat. She went to Columbia, so maybe.
Holy shit. Well, in your professional opinion, who do you think is the most highly intelligent, highest IQ of the LadyGang?
Oh, wow. That's really
Becca's
tough.
asking this question because she thinks she is.
It's tough because I think I might be a Keltie. And so, but at the same time, I love you and Jac and Becca. And like, I think Jac's an incredible businesswoman. Becca, my parents have both like been in show business to some capacity. So I know how hard that is. And like, so mad props to that. And then Keltie, you were just like on another level. I don't know how you accomplish all that you accomplish, honestly. So
thank you.
That is how I'm going to answer that.
Well, Millicent, I was hoping you were going to
answered like a true lawyer.
I was just going to say, I thought you were going to criticize two of us. That's not what you did, but thank you so much.
Roll up. Thank you so much.
What is your question?
Okay, so my question, which I did find now, what was the most unexpected thing you learned about yourself while writing the book?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Oh, wow. Well, go Keltie.
Honestly, I thought I was a great writer.
The only person
I thought it was great. I was like, I was a blogger. I'm a journalist. I've got this Emmy. I was like, I am such a good writer. And then I was brutally awakened to that I'm the worst writer and I barely know English.
Mine was that I didn't realize like how many friend breakups I've had. And it's kind of embarrassing because then, you know, you're always like, if there's a lot of things happening, usually like you're the problem. It was very insightful for me. But then the book came out before I could make that, like put that in writing and admit that I'm probably the problem. So here it is, guys.
Great realization. I think mine was that I've never been like confident in my design skills. And I kind of went into the book being like, oh, do it. And then, you know, we got out of the book process and I pretty much designed everything with some help from some friends, but it was a pretty cool experience to see the vaginas on the inside of the book as Keltie is showing.
Is that what those are?
Jack, can't you just draw some vaginas? She's like, yeah, I can draw vaginas. And I was
Thank you
like,
for the question, Millicent, and good luck next year.
I know.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks for listening.
you keep us I said poo.
I know. I want to know where she ends up going to law school.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
All right. I think we have one more. Is it Tara or Tara?
Oh, a vagina flag for festivals, Tori. Brilliant. I'm going to make a note of that.
Vagina flag that you can just put in your yard.
Tara Poston. Tara.
Jeez.
Tara.
Tara.
And do we think it's Tara or Tara?
Well, how does she spell it?
I think it's
Tara. I know two people pronounce it differently, spelled the same.
Tara and Tara. I feel like if I'm going to make an assumption here, I think Tara is cunty. Like, she's fancy and she's cunty. Tara is the most fun person to be with at a bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like Tara's like...
I would have guessed the opposite. Tara seems a little bit more...
Oh, I feel like Tara is like the one that's buying everybody shots.
Yeah.
Tara has really like bad hair extensions and doesn't care.
God, wait till we find out what this is.
No, is this personal for you, Keltie?
No, I'm just saying, like Tara is like Tara. Anyway,
Tara, turn on your. She's gone.
She was coming, but then she left. She's probably fucking annoyed that you're talking about.
Tara's like, I'm out. Fuck these bitches.
Fuck you, Keltie.
No, I mean she's.
Oh, a vagina phone case. That's a great idea.
Look through all these recommendations for merch. Would you guys actually have a vagina phone case?
We've never sold a single fucking phone case in our merch store. So don't say.
Where did Tara go?
Where is Tara?
We have to find out if she's cunty or if she's down. You know what I mean?
But a vagina pop socket is next level.
Ooh, that seems a little like, what's the same thing like phallic, but for a vagina? Is there like a synonym?
Like,
not synonym, but like, what's the equivalent of phallic?
Dry?
When try to make the motion and then feel it.
What if Tara just had like a realization and she was like, oh my God, I am a bitch. And she like decided not to come.
You guys just lost a listener.
Tara, we love you. Don't let Keltie steer you away.
Oh my God, someone just said, I think Ariana said, oh wait, Rowan.
Hi.
Rowan.
Sorry I'm late.
It's okay. Are you in the car?
I was working. I really didn't. Yeah, I am. I was working.
Driving?
What?
Are you driving?
No, I'm parked.
Okay, good.
All right, you got a long question.
I pulled over. Okay.
Do you remember your question?
I wasn't sure what to ask. I actually didn't think I would get chosen. So I don't fully remember what I asked.
It's in quite detail. I can read it.
Nick has it.
It's about a guy.
Go for it.
All right, Rowan.
But read it, Nick. Read it like a soap opera.
As dramatic as possible, apparently.
I met a guy when I was 17. He was 23. On you.
Man.
We started hooking up illegal and hanging out pretty regularly when I turned 18. When? Okay. All right. Smart. That lasted for about 2 years until he ended things when he got a girlfriend. Okay. Happens. There's a lot of things that happen in this time span, and it was all very confusing. Anyway, after he ended things and we didn't talk for about 3 months, he then started texting me again. Bored. He got bored. Now we are in the cycle where it's been almost 3 years since he was doing that, and he randomly texts for a few hours, usually twice that week, and then go a few months of not talking. I've gone through blocking his number, etc. Never last. I don't know what my issue is, but I have a weakness for this one guy that I can't stop myself from getting sucked in every time for a short period of time. You're now 23. She's now 23, and she feels 17 again whenever she hears his name. She's matured. I've matured. It's me so much, and I've changed so much that when it involves him, I just revert back to a weak, naive girl. How do I stick to my guns and really let go of this dick sand, as the LadyGang would say?
I just want to refer to one comment that called me a whore.
What?
Hey,
This?
Yeah.
Hold on, that was me. I was talking about him.
Oh, I was like, wait.
It's just real weird. I say get that D, Rowan. You know.
Rowan.
Oh my god.
Rowan. Do you have are you in love with the guy? Is it emotional or is it just the dick sand of the?
I'm pretty sure I hate him with every power of every. I hate him.
So that sounds like love. That sounds like love.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. I think that the only way to get over a man is to get under a new one. So
Have
I
you-
think
Have you?
That could be a huge issue because it's been a little slow the last few years.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you. I don't know what's happening with COVID and sex right now because I'm not in the loop.
Just no
No what? No kissing.
kissing.
No.
Keep your mask on.
Who needs
Mask on.
The doggy style.
You need to go get some new D. Okay? You gotta, it's like, I don't care if you even want that D. You've gotta go get the D and you've gotta go really in on the new D so that you can forget that you have to get some vitamin D, girl, is what people are saying. It's so true.
Rowan, I need to tell you something from me.
Okay.
First of all, I'm looking at your face right now, and you're fucking gorgeous. The symmetricalness of your face is of that of Tyra Banks. You are stunning. You have beautiful hair. Your eyebrows are full and gorgeous. Your cheeks are lovable. Everything about you is hot. I am in love with you. Do not for a second let this boy treat you bad. And you're going to do the game that we learned with Nicole Scherzinger. You're going to look at yourself in the camera and go, who's a bad bitch?
Don't make her do
that. Bad bitch.
Do it, Rowan.
I don't think I physically can, but I appreciate the sentiment.
But you're hot and you're a bad bitch and you better go. And that guy is going to text you in 10 years on Facebook and be like, hey, I wish we could still be friends. And you'll be like, not in this lifetime, idiot.
And the reason he keeps coming back is because no one else wants him.
Yeah.
Also, honestly, right here. It's right here in the book.
If you love somebody, that's free. If they come back, no one else liked them, set them the fuck free again.
I actually truly hate him. Regarding
But that's what I'm saying.
morals.
Is the sex good? Is that what's
No.
What the fuck is going on? You don't like him and you don't like sex?
Yes,
Yeah,
Nick.
I think I was manipulated at such a young age that I
get
can't let it go.
Yes, Nick. What do you have to say?
He's your Sour Patch Kid. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's bad.
He's that one candy you're addicted to that makes you feel like shit when you have too much of, but your mouth salivates when you see it. Yeah, I don't think new dick will help. I do think you just you have to use the blocking and unblocking. You have to really cut them off. You have to.
Know.
There's that period. It's there's that period of you do it. You have the strength to block them, and then you forget why you did. It's the feeling of unblocking. It's the feeling of boredom that you have to because you get mutually bored at the same time. And he's very good. He knows you well enough to manipulate you enough, so you can never let him back in. And again, you have to get over him like you would get over an addiction to candy. You have to just stop. You have to have the willpower to stop eating. New candy's not really going to help. I would disagree. Because you can always stop getting that new dick that Becca's talking about. And then when you get bored, then he comes back in. He's like,
and just revert back to it.
Yeah.
Or you get hooked on another Sour Patch Kid and then.
Well, listen, there's always going to be.
What happened.
Listen,
You got me there.
It all sucks.
In the chat, Emily made a hashtag for you. It's going too fast. Hold on. Hashtag
Traction.
new dick for row.
Rowan,
Yeah.
You live in Phoenix?
Yeah.
I'm gonna find one of Jared's friends for you.
And that first one's hard to get over. That first one will fuck with you.
It's true.
It does fuck with you. I wrote a whole chapter about it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And the fact that there was such like, at this point, like a 5-year age gap isn't that big of a deal in my opinion. But back at 17, he was like an adult, like he had his own condo. Like I feel like it was a huge manipulation tactic the entire time.
I'd be willing to bet if I was a fly on the wall, he says a lot of shit that's manipulative.
Yeah, he's a fucking tool.
Like he knows how to neg you and like make you question yourself and
oh my God, to no end. And I'm pretty sure he's a pathological liar. He one time told me his grandfather died, and then about a year later invited me to said grandfather's house that he was house sitting for.
Oh.
So like, listen, he's really good at making you feel just shitty enough that you subconsciously feel the need to prove yourself to him, and it's
all the
super
time.
fucked up.
Yeah.
So you just have to let fucking go. You have to let. Yeah. Now it's up to you.
I know.
I believe in you, Roro.
I want you to go in, and honestly, you're